What is good, everyone? This is your host, Deanna Radulescu with Label Free Podcast. Live your best life. You must with Label Free. As always, bringing you incredible guests from all over the world. My next guest is an entrepreneur of 14 different businesses. That's right, 14. He's also an app designer. He is an author of 6 books. He is a veteran, so we thank him for his service, and also a husband and a father. Please welcome Wayne Altman. Wayne, thank you for joining us today.
Good morning, and thank you for having me.
Yes, good morning. So we've already had such a great conversation so far.
Right.
I am very interested. Well, you've 14 different businesses. I don't even know where we start with that. But the one that really piques my curiosity is the one called Melody Clouds. I am so interested to hear about this and learn more because I am very much moved by music and sound myself.
Right.
And so, what can you tell people a little bit about what Melody Clouds is and what it helps to do?
Well, Melody, thank you very much, by the way, for the introduction. The Melody Clouds was really born from I have a lot of hearing loss. You mentioned my service, and I lost quite a bit of my hearing being in the Army. And part of that is a condition known as tinnitus or tinnitus, right? Right. We were just talking about that. And it's a ringing or a whooshing or a pinging in your ear. And to a lot of people, it's a debilitating injury. Okay. Because basically what happens is the nerves in your ear are injured, and what you're hearing is the damage. You're hearing the damage that has been done.
Wow.
And in some people, it is so bad that they take their own life. This is really a very serious illness.
A ringing or whatever you're hearing, is it constant or does it go away?
100% of the time. Just to give you an idea of how bad it is, the former CEO of Texas Roadhouse restaurants,
which is good.
Took his own life because he had this disease. It's when you try to sleep. Yeah. It's when you wake up in the morning. It's
basically it's bad.
Right. Yeah. You never hear silence.
Wow.
So I ran into someone and they said, have you tried binaural beats? And I'm like, binaural what? I have absolutely no idea what you're talking about. Well, basically the idea is by applying 2 frequencies, one in each ear, your brain will then create a third frequency.
Okay.
And for the first time in like 25 years, I heard nothing. I mean, wow. It was silence except for the music that I was listening to that normally accompanies this. And I thought, wow, this is and it was immediate. It was like a punch in the gut. It was night and day. There was no denying
relief.
100%.
Yeah.
I mean, right now, as we are talking, I hear this ringing going on in my head. It's very distracting.
Terrible.
And it affects, whether you want it to or not, it affects your mood.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
So I thought, man, I have some experience in creating different businesses.
Yeah.
And especially during the pandemic, you had to really move very quickly on your feet. A lot of people were out of work, did not have a job, no source of income. Yeah. And I had to move pretty quickly. Anyway, in June 1st of this year, I purchased the domain name melodyclouds.com. Okay. Where we sit right now is 300,000 files, 17,000 audiobooks, 30,000 books, and later, and we have 2,200 subscribers.
Wow!
And so we're chugging right along, and a lot of people coming to me and thanking me and saying, "Hey, look, this is great."
Yeah.
One of the things that it does is you can block someone's grief. You can give them a break from that divorce that they're going through, or death in the family, or job loss, or whatever it is. And so there's a lot of applications for binaural beats and solfeggio, which is 1 frequency. So we're really taking charge of our mood.
Yeah, I love that. And so I want to learn a little bit more, but I want to understand maybe the science behind
Sure.
how so I understand what music does for me, and I
Mhm.
understand like how it motivates me. I understand like, the different types of music that I connect with that will put me in the mental space or the mood that I want to be in. What is the science behind these different sounds or these binaural beats that help someone escape their grief or help a baby fall asleep, or the different things that you have listed on your site that can help with these different issues?
Right. Okay. So it will be helpful. Let's break this into two different pieces.
Okay,
Okay.
let's start.
So for the first piece, we already agree that music plays a huge part in being able to manage our emotions.
Yes.
Everyone has walked into a movie theater or a church or a gym and applied music, used music as a tool for a specific purpose.
Yes.
If you walked into a church and the organ was playing and they're playing a very somber, slow dirge, all of us recognize, okay, it's time to get reverent. We subdue our voices. We speak to one another if we do in a very hushed tone, right?
Yeah.
We're very reverent.
Yeah.
Well, if we as a group went together and walked right across the street to a charismatic Baptist church or charismatic church where they are playing praise music, right? You just did it. Immediately our hands go above our heads. We are praising. Okay. So now there's the first part of the science. You understand it.
Yes.
They use it in every TV show. They use that science in every movie that you've ever watched. Even silent movies weren't silent.
Right.
They had someone at the front of the theater playing a piano. That person was directing your emotions about the things that were going on the screen.
Wow. Yeah.
Think about it.
Yeah, no, I am thinking about it, and that's amazing. Something so simple but so impactful, right?
Sure. I mean, it's been used against us. I say against us. It's been used on us for years and years and years, ever since music was invented.
Subliminal.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly. We didn't know that that's what was going on. Now you do. Now you're aware of it, and you will be able to recognize it every time you go to the gym and you listen to AC/DC for your, for your workout, as opposed to, something that very slow, All right. Now that's the first part. So you already know now that you can manipulate your mood. You can change your mood by just using music.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Now here's where it gets a little bit more scientific.
Okay.
Our brains are electrical. Those impulses, those thoughts, all of those signals are electrical signals.
Yes.
They are measured with an EEG, which is a electrocardioencephalogram, and you can tell what frequency each of those things, each of those thoughts, each of those emotions appear. Mm-hmm. Now, I don't know if you remember the movie Scanners, or, during the 70s, there was a lot of research being done on the brain and manipulating the brain and trying to get people. Okay. A lot of that was total fantasy. But what isn't is the fact that we know what frequency our emotions appear. Okay. And if you do use a binaural beat, one frequency in one ear, one frequency in another ear, your brain will take both of those frequencies and create a third frequency. And that one is the one that will, manifest itself in your brain. So you could not necessarily change someone's thoughts, but you can affect their thoughts as far as relieving pain. Sure. This is being used very heavily in PTSD patients. Okay. Suicidal thoughts. You can kind of block those suicidal thoughts a little bit and give people relief over severe clinical depression now.
Wow. Okay.
It's weird to me that there's a lot of resistance when it comes to something that is holistic as music. We've already established that there's here, that there's there here, or whatever.
Sure.
But far less when it comes to if I handed you a pill and said, hey, take this pill.
It's ridiculous.
You'll take that pill. Doesn't matter the long list of side effects that you're going to suffer from.
Yeah.
But give me a glass of water. I'll take your pill. It's,
Well, I'm not a believer in taking pills. So I agree. I believe in more homeopathic, ways of solving or, taking care of any ailments. So I think we're on the same page there with the pill thing, because
look, I used to be one of those people that was like, yeah, there's got to be a pill for that. You know what I mean? Let me go the easiest possible way of solving it. So look, I am not throwing stones over here. All I'm pointing out is, hey, take an aspirin. My head hurts. Take an aspirin. It blocks that, blocks pain receptors. I'm going to take an aspirin or whatever. Yeah. This is non-addictive. Melody Clouds, all of the music, all of the binaural beats, all of the solfeggio, no side effects. We already know what the musical side effects are.
Today's episode is brought to you by Honeylove. Ladies, let's talk about shapewear. We all know most shapewear makes you feel like you're being suffocated. That sexy dress in the back of your closet is so freaking cute, but the thought of having your insides squished by your shapewear is just not worth it. That's why Honeylove spent years researching and developing effective shapewear that's actually comfortable. Overly tight, cheap, and sticky fabrics that roll up are a thing of the past. Thanks to Honeylove, you can finally feel confident and comfortable in your favorite outfits. We have an exclusive deal for our listeners. For a limited time only, you can get Honeylove's best deal they offer. Get 20% off your entire order with the code LABELFREE20 at honeylove.com. That's right, ladies. Get 20% off of your entire order with LABELFREE20 at honeylove.com. So let's talk about where people can find this. So you want to plug your link really quick?
Yeah, so people would go to melodyclouds.com. I'm very excited because we are right now just a few hours, few days away from both the iOS and the Android app being released.
Excellent.
And
so exciting.
Everything is available on the app. Everything is available on the website. And for, if you don't mind, for people that are listening to this and act quickly or, go in before the app, before everything is released, the app is free. The subscription, I'm charging $2.99 for 60 days to try it out, because I don't want anyone as a subscriber that does not want this.
Right.
At the end of the 60 days, it goes up to $5.99.
Okay.
Which is about a third of what other companies are charging for this right now.
Oh, wow.
And there's a very good reason, because frankly, I don't like paying a whole lot for anything that I do. A. B, I don't think that leaving out vast segments of the population is a very good idea.
No, definitely not.
And I'm really I'm not trying to get rich. I'm trying to help people here. So I'm kind of putting my money where my mouth is. This wasn't cheap to develop. Let me put it that way.
Your website is fabulous, very user friendly. You have at the top, when you get to the home, the top four are I'm assuming are easy clicks to get to. Relieve your grief, help you sleep quicker and deeper, need to relax, and meditation made easy.
And when I say sleep deeper, let's talk about that for a second.
Oh, please. I've always struggled with sleep. So let's talk about that.
Let me tell you something. This really is exciting to me. Okay. So I have friends and they all seem to, they report back to me how difficult it is for them to fall asleep. And I have done my own little, study of my friends. On Melody Clouds, there are frequencies. I think it's, let me see here. It's 463. Yeah. 463 and 820. No, 852. 852. Okay. So the music with 852 megahertz and the other one that I just mentioned.
463. Yeah.
Thank you. 463. Look, you want to relax? 463.
Okay.
Just chill out, relax. Everything's, great. Okay. You use the other one, okay? It will drop you like a sack of potatoes.
852?
It will absolutely
How long does it take? Just out of curiosity. What's
depends on the person, just like with any, that's a very good point.
Yeah.
So this works, but it's weird. We are all different.
So different.
Every single one of us, whether you take an aspirin, it can work in 15 minutes on you. For me, it may take an hour for me to get any kind of relief.
Wow.
If it takes, you go to the doctor and they say, well, that this medication that we gave you isn't having the desired effect. So what do they do? They just switch medications.
Right.
So it is definitely something. I'm glad you're, helping me here, because it is something that you want to kind of play with a little bit. Sure. You want to, listen to different frequencies so you can find the things that benefit you the most.
Yeah. Okay.
But I have a very good
average. What was the average though for your friends that you tested?
Every single one of them have come back to me and went, "Whoa, dude," because they were taking a sleep aid, whether it was melatonin or whether it was
Ambien.
Help me. Say that again.
Ambien.
Oh my, yeah. And look, I went on a golf trip with one of these friends, and he's like, "I forgot my Ambien," and I'm like, "Who are you talking about Ambien to?" Listen to this. I pulled up the website. Okay. I put it down. The first couple times that you listen to this, I advise people put on headphones. You block out everything else. Put on headphones. But after about the third or fourth time, your brain will recognize, "Oh, okay, here we're going to sleep." Yeah. And he woke up the next morning and was like, "Wayne, what just happened here?" I don't go to sleep, normally don't go to sleep 1, 2 o'clock in the morning if I don't have an Ambien or don't have melatonin. Yeah. This within a couple minutes just knocked me out. And I feel he described it as feeling like he was swimming to the top of a lake and taking a breath. When he woke up, he was like, "Man, that was deep. I was sleeping very deeply."
Wow. Now I want to test this out.
Yeah, you got to try it. It really is, like I said, I love it. I really do believe that it's helping quite a few, helping a lot of people.
You found a need because you were struggling with tinnitus, and that's basically what motivated you to create this, correct?
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
So, when I think the best things are born from the things that you find or uncover that is a need for us, right? And that's how it becomes very successful, and we help other people. And so I think that's just great. I know that when Julie told me about her conversation with you, she had told me that you have something on your app and on your website for babies. I want to hear about that, because I know I have ladies on here that are entrepreneurs, that are mothers, maybe new mothers, that would be interested in hearing about that part, because I want to hear about
Very proud of it. Yeah. So we have lullabies on Melody Clouds, and what's special about those is we don't necessarily put binaural beats or solfeggio on it. There's some with, some without.
Yeah.
That's not really what the special thing about them is.
Okay.
The way that I had all of these made, I own every bit of the music that's on Melody Clouds.
Wow. Okay.
What I've done is, that has turned out to be so special, is they're cut in 20-hour segments. In other words, that lullaby goes on for 20 hours. And
wow.
Now, no one expects their child, and it would be a bad thing to put your baby down and for them to sleep for 20 hours.
Well,
no one wants that. No. But what that does, especially for newborns, you put the baby down, play the music, they learn very quickly, about 30% quicker, how to self-soothe.
Interesting.
And to anyone, I have 3 kids. Look, waking up in the middle of the night, actually, to me, I loved it, but whatever. Yeah. I'm not everybody. I used to keep my kids awake at night, telling them, talking to them and stuff. My wife hated me. She wanted to kill me. Oh my God. That's a whole nother story. Yeah. I was very excited to be a dad.
Oh,
The but the way that we've worked this is you put the baby down, it's goes to sleep.
yeah.
If it wakes when it wakes up in the middle of the night, it learns a skill that is extremely important and is one of the first skills we ever learn as people, and that's the art, that's the skill of self-soothing. So
Wow.
they soothe themselves, they roll over, they go back to sleep, and it
That's
is the I get so many comments from people who have used these lullabies and think that they are the greatest thing ever. Sliced bread is a distant, a distant 10.
that's
They just love the lullabies, the way that they're set up.
I love that. And so, you guys, I'm going to put the link to Melody Clouds in the show notes so that you can go check out Wayne's new apps, his website, go sign up, subscribe. I think that there's something for everyone there. We all struggle with something. None of us are perfect. So I'm definitely going to be checking out the sleep. Wayne, this is the part of is there any other place that people can follow you, connect with you, and learn more?
Well, yes, I want to make sure that everyone understands that once you become a subscriber to Melody Clouds, the app is free. I'm not charging anything for the app.
Okay.
It just opens you up to being able to use the website and the app, whether you have an iOS device or whether you have an Android device. And by the way, I know that it's me talking about my own app. Bear with me. It is probably one of the most beautiful apps I have ever seen in my life. My team has knocked it out of the park. Okay, sorry.
No, that's okay. We got to self-promote, man. You've
right.
created something great here.
Right. I'm very excited about it, and I'm happy to be, sharing it with everyone.
Yes.
You can find us on Twitter. You can find us on Facebook. We're very responsive when it comes to answering, anyone's questions. You can also reach me at Wayne Altman at melodyclouds.com.
Perfect. Okay.
So yeah. I look forward to hearing from, questions or hearing comments from people.
Excellent. You guys, I'm going to put all those links in the show notes. So eeny, meeny, miny, mo, click them one by one and go follow, connect, and sign up and subscribe to Melody Clouds. So Wayne, this is the part of the show where I ask for last words of wisdom or advice. What would you like to leave with us today?
Look, my motto is I have stopped hearing the word. I have taken it out of my vocabulary. If someone ever wants to say to me, I don't personally hear it. Other people hear no. I don't hear that word when
that's why you don't say it. That's why you're
right. I wish that for everyone. Maybe not now. Maybe not at this point. Yeah. But look, if you want to do something, go do it. And don't be afraid to partner with other people. Yeah. One of the things that I tell my girls, I have 3 girls, and I always tell them the whole time they were growing up, I don't want to see you looking in your sister's bowl unless you want to put more in it. Mm-hmm. And don't cover your plate so I can put more on your plate. Don't try to protect what you have so I can't give you more. Wow. And I think that is really good advice for people.
Yeah, that's deep. I like that. Well, thank you so much for sharing that advice. Thank you for what you've created. I think you found a need and you're offering something to help people have a better quality life, all in all, and it's going to be very impactful. So I'm excited for you. Thank you for sharing your passion with us today.
It's been great.
I'm excited to hear more about your launch. So you got to keep us informed on how things go.
Awesome. I would definitely love to do that.
Thank you. You guys, this is your host, Deanna Radulescu with Label Free Podcast. Live your best life. You must live label free. Please don't forget to subscribe, follow, rate, review, comment, share, all those good things. And I'll be back soon with more dynamic guests.